Pasta!
Alright. I need something easy to make tonight, so we're making carbonara. Carbonara is super easy to make. Guanciale, which is a cheaper, it's pork jowl bacon, essentially. It's really tasty. It's a lot cheaper than regular bacon. If you can't find guanciale, you can use regular bacon. I use 5 eggs in mine. I use 4 egg yolks, 1 egg, or 1 whole egg. And then you're supposed to use pecorino. I don't have pecorino, I have Parmesan. If you want to go super traditional, cool. It'd be guanciale, pecorino, and eggs. I need 4 egg yolks here. And this is just easiest to do it with my hands like this. I've always done it like this.
Like the shells?
Yeah, the shells and those are. Also get a pot of water boiling. Right there. Yep, forgot about that.
Get that boiling.
So there's our 4 egg yolks. And with this one, just 1 whole egg.
Put the whole egg in there.
Okay, so over here, and this is one of those that it's all gonna come together really quick. So you wanna have everything prepped beforehand. We want 1 to 2 ounces of Parmesan, a healthy amount. Once you do this enough, you'll kind of know how much you need in there. I like to make kind of this pasty consistency of Parmesan versus egg. You'll see it when I'm done talking about it, but yeah, just make this a few times and you'll know.
Yeah, so we got an extra light.
Yeah, we're working on lighting here.
Trying to get it to work.
Anybody has any advice on lighting, let us know. Okay, carbonara. Pepper, lots of black pepper. I think I read somewhere one time that carbonara roughly translate to coal because this was made by the coal miners. Also supposedly coal because of all the black pepper. I don't know which is true, but I do know that it has black pepper. Plenty of twist of fresh black pepper. Okay, now we'll get to mixing this. And this is actually a little looser than I want. See how we still kind of, I'm gonna actually go ahead and put a little bit more in there.
Put cheese all over Coda. So much cheese.
All right, let's go ahead.
Let's mix that up.
That's a much thicker paste. That's kind of about how I want. So you can also go a little bit thicker. You can also go a little bit thinner. This is one of those things that you just kind of play around with, and once you've made it a few times, do it to yours. This is one of the few pasta recipes that really doesn't have a lot of crazy ingredients. It's more about technique in making the sauce. But once you figured that out, it's a pretty cool little pasta recipe, and it's kind of a classic that everybody really likes. Guanciale. So we're gonna cut this into some nice healthy lardons here. Is what they call them. I like to call them hot nasty chunks. I don't know weight-wise how much we end up doing. This is gonna feed 6 of us. So I'd probably say 1/4 pound, 1/2 pound. You know, let's get you guys a more exact amount because that's what I'm gonna use. So 9 ounces, so 1/2 pound. Half-ish a pound. Cut this down the center line once. So that we have just some smaller cubes. Boom!
Yay!
Shakalaka.
Little squares.
Okay, I got fancy pasta today. Just because they happen to have it on sale. I generally do regular pasta, or not. How about non-fancy pasta? Regular pasta versus fancy pasta. Okay, one.
It has a lighter color.
Yeah, you can see the color difference. The biggest difference, one is the flours. This is a semolina flour. Also texture. You can see this is real smooth. This is cut with a bronze die. This is very, very, see, feel the difference? Yeah. It's much rougher. And that'll make it so that when you make the pasta, the texture will hold on to the sauces more. Whereas this one, it'll slide off a little bit more. I generally use cheaper pasta. Very rarely do I buy super fancy pasta. I found it really cheap at a local place, so I decided to go with fancy pasta. Also, texturally, it is different. It'll have a little bit more of a chew to it, so that'll be fun. All right, so this is really all we need to go into battle. Is our custard over here, and then our guanciale, and our pasta. And that is really the main components of, that's actually all that goes into traditional carbonara. Always salt your pasta water. I want starch in the water, and I want quite a bit of starch in the water, so I've got the pasta lower than the water level lower than I normally would. I've tossed our guanciale in. We kind of want to render this out nice and slow and get it nice and crispy. It's going to take a little bit. So we're actually starting this first because we want our pan to cool down before we put everything else in, because we're going to use the residual water of the pasta to cook everything else. You guys will see that when we get there. This is the technique part about it that I was talking about. You need a little bit of love and finesse to get this part going. But I will walk you guys through it. It will be simple. You guys will be making this for your wives, girlfriends. They'll be like, what? Where'd you learn how to cook so good? And you're gonna say, oh man, there's this new channel on YouTube, Cooking with Dad. It's dope. You should check it out. He cooks simple recipes that are delicious and amazing. And but really, this is a simple recipe. This is something that I do regularly on weeknights. That kind of is actually really, really, really freaking tasty.
Yeah.
Everybody in the family loves it, and it is low-key fancy-ish for a date night. So if you want to do that, do that. But otherwise, just cook it for your fam bam, and they're gonna love you for it.
After some shenanigans.
Shenanigans with the dog. And we're gonna pull out Aurora's favorite thing.
Yummy.
Butter. Turn the heat off here. There's all of our guanciale.
I called it meat juice.
Yeah, Aurora. All this rendered fat, we're going to use some of this, so do not chuck this. I'll show you here in a minute.
That meat juice.
Aurora's over here calling it meat juice. I don't feel like that's very appetizing.
Into the boiling water.
Don't be like Sydney, my wifey, and put the pasta in before the water starts boiling. This is 101, guys. Bring the pasta up to a hard rolling boil. Put it in and give it a little turn. And then also, as it starts to cook,
And those cook fast.
give it a little move. So now, as for Aurora's meat juice, we're going to pour all but really want to leave like 2-3 tablespoons in there. All right, guys, once you get good at this recipe, it's gonna take you all 30 minutes to put together. We're gonna use the residual heat. Once we get the pasta in here, we're gonna toss this in there too. And we're gonna toss a little bit of water in here. And it will slowly cook the eggs and emulsify everything into this really, really good, what's called custard. If you do it wrong, the eggs will break. That's why we're letting this all cool down, because you'll end up with scrambled eggs. We don't want that. Timer's about to go off and beep. Okay. Now, this is how you try noodles to see if they're done. Do not throw them at the wall.
Eat them. Not throw them at the wall.
And those are not done. Those need to go about 2 more minutes. We'll see you guys back in about 2 minutes.
Bye.
You can find that out. Let's try this again. Aurora, how do we try a noodle that's done?
You eat it.
That's right. How do we not try a noodle that's done?
Don't throw it at. Just don't throw it
That's right.
at cabinets or at the wall or on the floor or just don't throw it.
We're gonna take all the noodles. We're gonna put them in here. We're gonna add a little pasta water. We're gonna add this guy. We're gonna get to mixing. Mix and mix and mix, and we might add more pasta water. Thing is if you go, slow, keep moving. This doesn't have to be chaos. Just keep the whole thing moving, and it'll be alright. Okay, see, so all these going directly into there. Okay. Pasta, give it just a nice little coating of the grease. Also, we're gonna try and pull up that flavor that's down there. See how it's starting to come up too? All that fond that cooked down there. I don't know if it really matters which way you add what. A lot of people at this point would add their custard to it. I add the water first, just so I'm not pouring it on there, because once I add the custard, here I'm going about 2.5 ladles full of water. Once you add that custard, this tends to go. So, all this
comes out
right like that, okay? Now, like I said, if you don't get to moving, I mean, it's not a panic thing. Nice and slow, nice and moving, yeah. But if you don't get to going, you're gonna end up with scrambled eggs. You just keep going. If you're fancy enough, you can toss it. I'm not gonna toss it in this pan because I'm not that fancy. This turned into a nice, look how thick and creamy that sauce is down there, see? We don't have anything running. We have what almost looks like an Alfredo sauce going on there.
It does look like Alfredo.
Okay. Because the guanciale and the fat is so salty, we don't salt anything until now.
Yeah. No more throwing stuff at the wall or anything.
Don't you dare throw it at the wall. Okay.
Soon we're adding the meat.
Okay, so we have
Or
salted that, our meat back in. Okay. We'll give that a stir too. And here's the thing, you can use normal noodles. I normally do use normal noodles. And when I'm saying normal noodles, I just mean non-expensive noodles.
Yeah.
We're not balling like that. We can't use expensive noodles all the time. This is gonna taste better because of the noodles. It is what it is. If you can use fancy noodles, use fancy noodles. You know me and my terrible plating.
It's good. Put it in here, fancy. Oh, nice.
Not really.
It's pretty good though. Peas.
More parm.
More Parmesan.
Okay. Extra. We know what this is. This is more so that we can get the Instagram picture perfect. Now, let's go ahead and turn.
It's really good.
You like it? So is this or pasta aioli better? Pasta aioli, really? Is this a close second? Yeah.
It's a second.
It's a second, for sure. All right, there it is. We killed it. There's the dance. All right, what do we say, Aurora?
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Join us every Thursday to learn how to make amazing meals.